Here we go, baby. I'm going to help you be successful. That's my job. Believe it. I've been doing this 27 years. That's a fact. Disney ESPN ain't going to help you because none of them know the right side. Trust me, they know nothing. Let's kick their ass. They don't know the damn thing about handicap. And I'm coming after you, Disney. I'm the guru. I'm Sportsguru.vegas. That name was earned by picking winners. That's how it works. Make no mistake, I'm here to win. That's right. Thank you, Chase. The show must go on. Technical difficulties, gurus. But we're here for you. We love you guys. I'm sorry. Oh, shit, my lights are out. Hey, Mark. Come here, please. The lights are on. What a mess. Anyway, welcome to Sportsguru.vegas live. The lights I have to put on. There's a little switch in the back. Coming to you live from Las Vegas, the greatest city in the world. There's a little switch in the back of the lights. And there's Mark. He's going to make it on here. Let's see that little switch. Welcome to the show, gurus. Yesterday, we didn't do anything. And then the other side's the same, please. Don't stand and go behind the camera. Mark's on the show. He's a technical. That's why we're late, by the way. I'm kidding. Now, somehow I clicked on the wrong, forget it, gurus. Anyway, we're here. It's good to be with you. I've been just battling for 13 minutes. I called Chase. He came through for me. And I want to thank Chase, mainstage.pro. Here, I'm going to put that up for you guys because they came through to get this show even up. And I hope you guys get your alert still and stay with us. There you go, Chase. That's for you and David. They helped me out. They got me out of a jam, and I appreciate that, Chase. Thank you. All right, Guru. So welcome. First of all, I didn't do the show yesterday. Again, it was a tough day for Guru, but I did post on TikTok, Twitter, and we didn't win. We went 2-2 on the 4-teamer and 1-2 on the 2, but that's okay, Gurus. We went 2-0 on Monday. It's not okay, but we went 2-0 Monday, and we hit the Rams. So we lost the Eagles. Forgive me. So anyway, we had a winning weekend, and we won a little on Monday. Yesterday, we gave a little money back. But we have a couple round robins. I'm going to share those with you today, Gurus. It's important I did this show today. It is. This show is part of our brand. It separates us from everyone else, and we're going to continue to do it, Gurus. I apologize for not being as consistent as I'd like to be. But I'm getting it done, Gurus. I'm always getting the games out to you. And I told you that no matter what, if I can't do the show, I'll make sure these picks get out to you on our other platforms, X, Twitter X, and TikTok. So I also want to thank the new followers from both of those platforms. I want to thank you guys for being with us. And I want you to follow my show. It's just as important. Why is this show important, Gurus? I'm going to tell you why. Because when I turn on my direct TV or whatever you guys use at home, whether it's sure, if you have a device, you don't have to even bother with cable. And some people don't. I believe half the country's off the channels. But I'm old school. I have a DVR. I like to tape the games I'm watching so I can go back over and watch them. It's really helped me. I can dive, I look at the games, I can go back. I learn a lot more. So if I miss something, I can catch it, go back. It's something I like. And so I use that. But when it comes to that, when you go on these shows, ESPN's the biggest. We all know that. They don't offer any advice or consultation on winning for the day. Okay. Now I follow First Take. All right. They send me messages out, and I want to explain something about them. All they're doing is sharing the news. They're no different than CNN. They're no different. They are no different than CNN. You heard it from Guru. That's a fact. They're manipulating the news you watch, right? So here's what I tell people. There's people that make the news like me and other people, Trump, right? People that they talk about because they're not, all they can do is talk about other people. That's it. All they do is judge other people. Meanwhile, they're as fucked up as anybody, period. But they divert, they deflect, right? They deflect because they're trying to manipulate you so that you'll believe what they're saying. Why? Because they're on television, right? But here's the beautiful thing about technology. As much some people don't like it, some do. But the bottom line is this: it allows people like me, who's been doing this for 25 plus years, helping people make money betting sports. None of those people can say that. Not one of them on these major networks can say that. They know it's not true, but Guru does, right? So you've been with me. This is our 9th week, Gurus. We've been competing, battling, right? Yes. We battle, we hit tickets, we battle. That's what we do. Now, we got 2 more months approximately of this battling in college basketball, and we're going to get it done, Gurus. That's just the way it is. We also have NBA today, and we're going to get to that, but I want to start the show. We're a little behind today, Gurus. I hate being behind. I tried everything in my power to get this started on time, especially because we didn't do a show yesterday. But it didn't happen. But here we are, Gurus, and we're going to get these picks out to you. But, Gurus, I just want to tell you that this show is my salvation now. This is what I have. We're going to make this big, right? We're going to make it big because we need this. I need it. I'm going to make sure you need it. You already are getting better. You're learning. You're growing. You're mixing your picks with mine. You're winning more if you're already winning. If you're not winning, you're learning how to compete and how to win, right? Just imagine I'm a great coach that came into your team to take it over and help you win. That's what I am. And understand, Gurus, and you do. You know how sophisticated sports betting is for the ones who've been doing it. For the ones who just started, you're learning. You do this for the love of it. If you're only doing this for money, I would stop. Meaning why? Because money's not the reason I do it. Money is the motivator, but I love it, right? Do I always make money? We've seen I haven't always made. 9 weeks we're into this. So there better be another reason why I do it. What is it? I love the challenge of trying to make a profit and making it sometimes. But our goal as investors, if you're looking at this from a professional standpoint, our goal is to achieve a profit. That's the goal of an investor, a professional. So until we reach that profit, that black I call it, we're competing, and that's okay, Gurus, because I told you from the beginning, you compete with Guru. Go on some of these networks, look at their records releasing picks. There's one on ESPN. It's called Wager, whatever the hell it's called. I don't even watch this shit. Their numbers are so horrible. Why are they're still on? Now, what do? You bet against them consistently. That's what you do. You'll do better than betting Guru's picks, right? But what we want to do is make ourselves great, right? We're going to do that with the next president, right? He just destroyed Iowa, just demolished everyone. No matter, Guru, I feel a lot like Trump. They made me sick with this virus just like they did him, just like they did Trump. They tried to get him. Now they're trying to lock him up because they don't want him to win. They know he's a man for the people like me and you. He is. That's the way. Sure, he's a billionaire. He grew up. His dad had money. He went into a business that had money involved in it. He could get loans from cities and states and everything else, and he did. But the point is when you connect in this world, when you connect with common good people, we're the good people. We are. We work our ass off. We've worked our ass off our whole lives. We have responsibilities. If we don't work, we don't pay them. We have to keep going no matter what, gurus. We're the goddamn heroes here. He's President Trump. He'll take care of the politics, but we got to make ourselves great, gurus. And gurus had this stupid sickness now for 3 years. And if you go on Como, News Nation, my mom watches that. Every fucking day he has someone who has long haul on. Well, guess what? You ever want to know what it's like? Go on there and you'll know what Guru's dealing with. Long haul because China released a virus to fuck everyone. Period. Anyway, let's get to these fucking games. First round robin gurus. You know, I love sports gurus because I know what's going on out there because I feel sick, right? So I know why that happened already. No cure for this, by the way, except pray. Pray. That's what they tell you. But the cure I feel is this. What we're doing, this is the fucking cure. Right here. We bet. We jump in, we throw ourselves into these games, and we escape for a couple hours. And that's okay, gurus, because my whole life. No problem, David. Thank you, my friend. God bless you. That was David. They helped me out when I needed it. And that's why, see, this is another example of good people that reach us, that are there to help us. That's the difference, gurus. And we're the good ones. And we're going to just win. These scumbags that tout all this bullshit. You know, Stephen A's numbers went through the ceiling on Monday. Why? Because the Cowboys look like garbage again in the postseason. Good. How long is that going to last? Okay, fine. Did that help you, gurus? Or did betting the Rams on Sunday help you like I told you to do? Right? Or did betting the Texans and the Chiefs on Saturday help you like I did? Right? And we go 2-1 on Monday because the Eagles look like dog shit. Something happened to this team where they decided winning isn't as important as a fucking paycheck. How did that happen? 2024, by the way. Are you serious? What the hell are you doing? You got beat in the Super Bowl and you played one of the greatest games in history. And then you go out to play a team, you kick their ass early in the year, and you get smoked. Disgusting. But that's what today we're dealing with. So we got to be better, gurus. And we are. That's why I started this show. God damn it. Oh, sorry, God. By the way, I say God, but I'm just letting you know, gurus, I'm a very spiritual man. You couldn't tell I look at, but I am. And I know the power of prayer and spirituality, gurus. So when I say God damn, it's a figure of speech, right? I'm not damning God. You know, this ain't God's fault. This is, look, we're put on this earth to be either reasonable or unreasonable. You decide. You're unreasonable, there's consequences. You're reasonable, there's consequences. But this virus just destroyed everything. It doesn't matter if you're reasonable or unreasonable, you're fucked. If you get it and you have long haul, you're good night. But that can't even stop Guru, but it has slowed Guru down. And that's why they made this thing. To slow people like me down. Hell, they could have killed our president in 2020. Remember, he was very sick, Trump. If he didn't have the medical team around him, he might have died, Trump. But he had so many people around him checking him. And he took the chloroquine, which is the only thing that worked. Anyway, back to the round robins here, gurus. Belmont +1. We want to bet that. Rhode Island's getting 9. And Fordham on the money line. So I told you, gurus, for the last couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that at least that our college will be our bread and butter, and I'm not backing down from that. We do have a 4-team round robin in NBA I'm going to share with you next. Not backing down from that, gurus, right? We're going to hit it harder. We're going to come back. We got some good bets today, gurus. We should win these. Go 2-1, right? We didn't do great yesterday. 3-4. That's not acceptable for Guru. 5-2. That's reasonable. 4-3 is okay, but there's juice. So you got to go really 5-2. So we got to bounce back from that, Guru. We have to today. So here's what we're going to do. We got Belmont take the 1. Rhode Island take the 9. They've been hot lately. They had their best player back for Rhode Island. So they've been kicking ass. And Fordham's having a surprising year this year. And this is actually a revenge. Davidson's usually kicking Fordham's ass. Right? But in this case, Fordham's kicking Davidson's booty so far. We'll see what happens. That could be a battle. That's a tradition game, right? And what we have in that game, gurus, is we have Fordham's been on the bottom, and then Davidson's a public team. If you want to, for bettors like me, they're public. We've been looking at this team. Stephon Curry played on Davidson. So ever since Curry's been on Davidson, they've been a public team more. And they've been successful, but lately they're not. That's what happens in life. So we got this round robin 3-teamer. We want to bet that. And really on this, gurus, the money line's optional. I didn't put that. We had to get the show out. But Rhode Island, I'm going to take some money line on that game. Sure, I will. Yeah. Why wouldn't I? They've won 4 in a row with this guy. He's probably he's big. Looks like a very good player. Might make the NBA. And let's move on to the NBA now. Oh, gurus. When you're trying to get things done and then you get it done, thank you, Chase, again, David. But you're late and you're just pissed. You didn't do a show yesterday. You're pissed. So you got to come down a little bit from that. Gurus. I love you guys. All right, let's go to the 4-teamer. And Mark helped out with the lights today. Thanks, Mark. 4-teamer in the NBA, gurus. All right, Cleveland at home. And the Cavaliers have been a strange team. They've been out without some of their players, and they're still winning. So that tells you they're a good organization, right? When you lose a couple players and you're still competing, that's a sign of a good team. Don't forget, Cleveland went to the playoffs last year. So we have them today. That's going to be a challenge for them. We need these points, gurus. I think it's Milwaukee. Right, Mark? Mark?
What?
Milwaukee, they're playing. Cleveland. Get that joint out of your mouth. He's getting high again, gurus. So much for having him on the show, right? That's what I said. Thank you, Mark. What would I do without you? Oh, God. You can talk from back there if you want. They can hear you. All right, the next one, we have the Spurs and Wamby. All right, Gurus, I told you he's up to almost 20 a game now. He's triple-double. He'll end up averaging a triple-double if he doesn't get hurt. That's exceptional, right? He'll be in the Hall of Fame and maybe one of the greatest of all time. We'll have to see. Mixed with the Spurs. I will say this about NBA. We've been doing pretty well in the NBA, Gurus. As you know, we had an amazing streak that we needed, right? That boosted our profits up. We had to come back. We did. And now, we'll settle a little bit. But we have this 4-teamer and we need to hit it. That'd be the best thing to do today. Why? Because very good value. All minus 110s, basically. Right? We have Portland at home. And they can beat the Nets. The Nets are not outside of their gym. The Nets aren't that good. So we need these 6. We were betting on poor teams, Gurus, as you can see, the Hornets. Now, I will say this about the Hornets. They have Balls back in their lineup, and they've lost 2 in a row without him. That's okay. They want to win. This guy's a winner. He grew up with winning state championships in high school with his brothers, so he's used to winning and being successful. And I know because I'm the little brother, right? So we always try to compete with our big brothers. He's not. They want to win, and they're playing a team they can beat. New Orleans, right, Mark? Yeah, the Pelicans. So we might win the game. So I told Mark, he said, "What do you want to do with the money line?" I said, "Bet it. Why can't they beat New Orleans? They're a dysfunctional team. What the hell have they done with Zion?" I like their team, New Orleans. I do. I think I like the McCollum is the point guard. Mark, the forward they got that we like that kid for the New Pelicans, not Zion, the other guy from the Lakers. Who? Yes, thank you, Ingram. Pull up a chair, Mike. Ingram, very solid player. Uh, so we'll see what happens. But with Ball back, that gives them a perimeter threat, and we believe they'll cover this 12. So we have Cleveland at home, +4. And in the NBA, Gurus, we're having a profitable year, but it's close. We need to keep winning, is what we need. We need to have a good day today, Gurus. And I'm sorry again, the show started late. It pisses me off. But I figured it out so it won't happen next time, right? So when mistakes happen, what do? We correct them so they don't happen again. And I've always done that. For example, I had an issue with the mic before the last show. I was able to correct that. I was a minute late, but I corrected it, and that came right in after the promo. So these things I can do on my own, but this time somehow I got out of the program and I got into a different program and everything went haywire. Right? Oh God. It's fucking curious. So, but these are our 2 plays today. And Mark, give me a little feel, give me some love on the NFL real quick. What do we got this weekend? Okay, what are they? Give me the first one. Yeah, just tell me what they are. Texans, Ravens. What's the number on that right now? What do you have for that, Mark? Do you have one? Find it. Okay, we're good. I love it. Here, I'll go on. You don't have the on your. Do you have your internet up right now? See if you can pick it out for me. I'm gonna put him on now. Mark's visiting, so he's going to be on this show now. Even though he's not sitting here, you can hear his little voice in the back there. What? Who's 9.5? That's a Guru. I'm going to have to wait on that game. You know how I feel about Stroud, but I'm going to have to pause for that, and we're going to have to do some work for that. And the good news, it's Wednesday today, Gurus. I think by Friday we'll have a crash session on the NFL. We are 3-1 in the NFL on the first weekend of games, and I'm proud of that. Money line and the side came in on the Chiefs. That was a weather, I guess, call it a weather game. That is a true weather game. We also had the Texans, Gurus, and that's not a lot of people took the Texans. That number just was solid, didn't move because it's hard. Flacco has a ring, but look at him. He's old now, and we see what happens when we get past our prime, right? But that's why we like Texans, because we have a Hall of Fame quarterback. I've been saying that for probably the last 6 weeks, at least. A Hall of Famer. There's no doubt in my mind. It's automatic. In fact, he might pass Mahomes before it's all, and not too long. And Mahomes is tremendous. I've called Patrick Mahomes the greatest quarterback I've ever seen. And I saw Montana a lot. And I saw Brady his whole career. And I bet against him and on him for his whole career. And I see Mahomes, and he's got more skill than both of them combined. It's amazing. He's more like Montana. because Montana was a very good athlete as well, but nothing like Mahomes. I mean, he can throw from the side. He was a great shortstop at Texas Tech University. And so he has all angles covered when he throws. It's exceptional and great talent. And by the way, Gruz, he helped us hit a ticket on Sat. We didn't hit the ticket actually. We lost a college basketball game with it, but we did hit a ticket in college basketball, and you have to on a Saturday. You have to hit at least one. We only released four round robins Saturday. We hit one. We went 2-1 on the other two, and then I think we went 1-2 on another one. So that's a winning day and a solid day. You got to be proud of that. Guru, that take me 6 hours to get through all those games, and then we came back, I believe, the next day, and we went 2-1. I think we split. We had Murray State, UCLA, and we won the Rams. So we went 2-1. But anyway, Mark, what's the next one after the Texans?
Detroit.
What's the number?
6.5.
I love Detroit, Gurus. I think Detroit's going to destroy this team. It won't be close. Next.
Buffalo, 2.5 on the Chiefs.
Minus?
Yeah.
Okay, now Buffalo, Gurus, I have a future on them. It's a $2. I'm sorry, 200 to 1, 20 to 1, excuse me, on them to win the whole thing. I already hit the 9 to 1 to win the division. And I bet that Gurus after the Jets game. And next year, because we're going to have a next year, and we're going to kick some serious ass, Gurus. Get ready to have a winning NFL season. Get ready to win some money in baseball. It's a fun thing to do. Get ready to win some money in college basketball like we already have been. We need to win more, though, to make sure we make that definitive we're in the black here. But I think Detroit destroys Tampa Bay. And then we said, what was the next one, Mark? That one. So we have a future for the Bills to win the whole thing. And I believe, and I felt they got a new coordinator. It was against the Patriots, actually, is when I bet that future. I saw the way they were playing, and I immediately said they have a window. Why not? And they're playing better. The only team playing better than the Bills is the Ravens, period, and Green Bay, right? But the Ravens are playing at a high level. That's why that game's going to be difficult for the Texans. I'm probably going to bet the Ravens, Gurus, in that game. I think as much as I love Stroud, and I do, and I do love DeMarco Ryan. Is that right, Mark? D'Amico. Thank you, Mark. Now, Mark knows him because he lives in the Bay Area, and he just came from the Niners this year. And we're talking exceptional coach, Gurus. Why does Guru say that? Well, look at it. But look at what else he did last year. This team had an exceptional defense, San Francisco. And if Purdy wouldn't have got hurt, I think they would have beat the Eagles after what I saw Monday night. I think they would have won. I mean, come on. I'm very disappointed in Philadelphia. I really am. They have tremendous fans, Gurus. That's why I have this Philly hat. I love Philly. If you can't appreciate, that's why I trashed their coach of the Phillies, that piece of shit, that just disgusting Canadian fucking baseball manager. Really? Thompson, he didn't even play hardly. They had 48,000 fans all wearing gear, all of them. Up 2-game. Guru had the series. And Mark, we had the series. 2-0. Sweep them. Anyway, they couldn't sweep him. But the good news is one of his pitchers, Tawan Walker, called him a piece of shit in front of everyone And I have a lot of respect for that because he is. When you turn your back on a good player who's been loyal to you and delivered for you, you don't even pitch him in the postseason. This coach, I would, if I'm Philly fans right now, Philly fans right now, do not go to the games if that manager's there next year. Don't go. Make sure he gets fired because you ain't winning anything with him. Nothing. You're not going to even win. You're not even going to compete in your division this year. He fucked his whole team. What do you think? They're going to go out and play hard for 162 games? I'd spit on this guy. Disgusting. So we bet on a real champion for the Rangers. Hello. 4 rings now. Thank you. How hard is it to beat a bunch of midgets who run fast? Really? No offense. That's how you get it done, gurus. Come right back, double the money on the money line Rangers, and you cash. So let's get back to the round robins, gurus, and then we'll finish. Oh, we have one more football, right, Mark? We didn't bring up the Green Bay game. Well, then we do have one. So we have one Niner. Oh, I got a comment. Is that from you? Of course it is. Guru Sports. There you go. And by the way, gurus, you can comment. Oh, shit. There's what he said, Mark. You can comment, you guys. Feel free. We want to hear what you have to say. God. It's coffee. All right, gurus, here we go. Belmont. So here's our games today, right? Because games matter the most, right? Of course they do. But what else matters? We want to grieve sometimes if we're angry. Get it out. Talk shit. If you try to do this on these other networks, you're going to get censored. Like Guru. I had to start my own show. And how do you think that makes me feel? I want to go on this show all the time. But there's some days I'm not going to, when it's rare, Gurus, I try never to miss. But there's some days if I can't get it done, but we have a backup for you guys, right? We have the TikTok, Twitter videos, and that helps me sometimes if I can't do the show for any reason. Now, eventually I'll have a co-host. This show's going to go big, Gurus. If Guru gets well, the show's going to get better. That's the way it works. I am everything in this show. So if it all falls on me, and I knew that coming into it, and I accepted that challenge, I've always been that person that made things go. So that's it. We do it till we don't. We die. That's it. Belmont, Rhode Island, and Fordham Gurus, right? Round robin. So for you new viewers, round robin, you go 2-1 on something like this, you'll make a little money today. That's how it works. So instead of parlaying, you go 2-1, you make a little money. And you can bet, and the gurus who've been with me know this, I usually put between 10 and 20% on the money line on Rhode Island on my secondary bet. So in that case, if you're betting 100 away, 100 a leg, 90 away, and then 10 away, take the plus money line on Rhode Island and keep your one, buy that to 1.5 gurus. That's supposed to say a half. I want you to buy off that one, gurus. Get off that one. Do not accept one if you can. What if they lose by one? You don't win, really? Buy off one. It's worth it. And then Rhode Island, take that money line. They've won 4 in a row with this player. He's a very good player. He looks like a potential NBA player. I haven't seen him yet, but his numbers are solid. You could just tell he might be. We'll see, gurus. But Fordham on the money line, this is kind of a reverse. Davidson used to be the dominant team in this spot. maybe Fordham is this time around. This is an interesting game, Gurus. Will Fordham show their dominance in this game today? Or can they? And that's what will remain to be seen. But we have the money line. It's a small number. You don't need to lay. In this case, you'd lay 2. Why do that? Bet the money line. That's what I do. Do whatever you want, though, Gurus. I say that every show. Do whatever you want. You're going to do it anyway, and you should. It's your money. I'm your guide. I've been doing this for 9 weeks, which is a nothing compared to most of the people who have successful podcasts subscription wise. That doesn't mean they're but you go by numbers, and anyone who has big numbers deserves respect, and I give that to them. In my line of work, where it's an information business, Gurus, my job is to sell information to you. Do I want to bring a little bit of entertainment value? Of course, a little bit I have to. Why? You got to, you can't be a complete piece of shit. You don't even have any, personality. That's ridiculous. First of all, I love what I do, Gurus. I get on here. If I wasn't on the show yesterday, I'm ready to do it today. Meaning, let's get it done. This is my passion. This is what I was supposed to do. That's why I'm doing it now. I started 3 years ago. We had a pandemic that not only destroyed a lot of things, but it also hurt the guru. And I didn't do the show after that. And that hurt me. And now I'm starting it. I'm resurrecting my career again now. And is that easy? It's natural for me, but it's at times I look back and I think about what could have been when 3 years ago I started this. Not this. It was a sports chef guru. And I did some cooking a little bit. I gave some tips about nutrition, and I would mix them with the picks because I felt men of my age needed nutritional guide because I had a nutritionist and she was on the show with me. But what else I did, Gurus, is one of the reasons I spent a year getting better from being sick. I got sick in 018, not 20. I started my journey in 018. I had stomach issues, serious intestinal infection. I lost 50 pounds. I couldn't eat, right? And it's scary when you can't eat. So I spent a year resurrecting my life. I got a nutritionist. I was working with Natural Grocer, a company that helped save me. I want to thank them for that. So what did Guru try to do? I tried to merge a business with Natural Grocer. And we tried. I put a promo video from the show. They decided not to go with me at the time. But it was going to be a big budgeted show. I was going to shoot it right out of they have if you go to the one in North Las Vegas, they have an area that's a tutorial for nutritionists to actually speakers to go in. There's an area for people to watch. I was going to shoot the show out of there. It was a good idea. Now they didn't accept it. They backed out at the end. Oh, well, who cares? I was doing the show for me anyway. But you got to have sponsors. So, Gurus, the only way I can get sponsors is by getting subscriptions and followers. Now, I'm doing the best I can on these platforms, right? Twitter, TikTok, Twitter X. And I'm gaining. It does take a long time. But if you're consistent and you put out a good message and you're consistent about it, people know they can depend on it. That's how you build success. And that's what Guru's here for. So the good news is no matter what, I can put these videos out for you guys. But I love to do the show, Gurus. I'm just letting you know. I do love doing this show. Now, would I like 1 million viewers or 100,000 or 10,000? That would be better because I can be reaching more people. I got to earn that. And that's a day at a time. So there's your round robin, the other one. Now let's go to the NBA. There it is. Cavs, we're all four-teamer. Four-teamers are interesting. We've hit one this year. I've released about 6, maybe 8. I'll go back and look. I'd like to know that. I haven't released a lot. They don't come up a lot. Yesterday we went 2-2. I think we've gone 3-1. I know we've hit 1, but we might have hit 2, I think. But we've lost a couple, but we've split. But I like doing them because when you win them, that's very nice. Yours. But that's not why. I like when it's a bigger challenge. You have 4 games you need to win. That's a bigger challenge. And if you keep in mind, Gurus, 3-1 solid. Money line optional, right? Why is that there? Money line optional is I'm betting money line on all these games. Why not? The Hornets can beat the Pelicans. Portland can beat New Jersey at home or Brooklyn at home. The Spurs, that one I probably won't bet on the money line. I don't think they can win. I mean that. Now, what does that mean? Can they? Of course they can. But does it even factor into this wager? For me, probably not. Well, Collins is out for the Spurs, and he's another big body they need, tall, athletic player. He's from Gonzaga, and they need him, in my opinion, and they don't have him. I just don't see them winning, but I'm going to bet them. And they're going on this ticket, but I will leave them off the money line. We'll see how that works out, Gurus. And then the Cavaliers can certainly win at home against Milwaukee today. Absolutely. This is the NBA here. So we're going to do that. I would recommend between 10, 20% on we call it your secondary bet, Gurus. So get that in. And I'm excited about the playoffs, right? We had a good weekend. I wish we would have won the Eagles. That would have been a nice way to finish it. They were never in the game at all. It was disgraceful. It really was. I was very disappointed in how they played, but I was very proud of the way our other 3 winners played. The Rams played a great game, covered at the end, could have won. We know there was a questionable call that wasn't called on the receiver for the Rams. A very good, great young receiver. He looks like he's going to be a very great player. He already is. I can't think of his name right now. It's still complicated. What is it, Mike? Whatever. Yeah. Puku, he said. Okay, fine. I'll get it. Don't worry, Gurus. And then, so there we are, Gurus. Your 2-round robins. We put them both up. I'm gonna do this show to 1 today because I'm late, and I normally do about 45 minutes, as you know. And I want to close by saying we didn't go over the Green Bay game. Do you have a number for me on that one, Mark? 9.5. Have they played at all? They haven't played this year, right? Well, take a look, please.
I was checking that guy's name, Puku.
Okay, he's looking at the. And by the way, you got to hear. Maybe he'll come on tomorrow, Mark. What do you think, Mark? Yeah, you asshole. You know what I told him, Gurus? Who cares? All right, but he's a great player, Gurus. I'm sorry. Puka. Puka or CA? Thank you. I'm going to say something right now, right? I don't like to say great in the first year, but I will say this. Sports, the average span of an athlete is 3 to 4 years. So I'm going to call him great because he had a great season. Well, who cares? Do it again, though. So what? You're at the highest level playing against the greatest players in the world. That's a fact. And if you're going to be the greatest, you play at that level, you do it again, you are. Forget it. You're in. And let's see. I think he's a great kid. He has tremendous confidence, courage, catches the ball over the middle, right, Mark? Very special. Anything about that lately? Have they played at all?
The last time they played was that playoff game in Green Bay. Niners won 13-10.
Oh, that was with Aaron Rodgers. And Mark and I had that game. All right. So you remember the game, Gurus. Green Bay on a bye. Frigid temperatures. San Francisco just beat Dallas in Dallas, which is no surprise, right? We had the Niners. Took the Niners. Now we have to bet against the Niners. We have a short week at home. Not short, but weather game. Freezing. I think it was 5 or 10 degrees that game. Perfect to beat, and he loses Rodgers on the. First of all, great game by the Niners. That game, incredible game. Just an incredible effort the Niners put out. And that's why this team's very dangerous with Shanahan. It's very dangerous. I think we're going to see the Niners Ravens matchup, Gurus, that we saw a couple weeks ago. And I'm going to take the Ravens because I had them that game. I shared them with you guys on the show. So we will be betting the Ravens. I don't care what the number is. I think they're the winning team in that spot. But let's see what Buffalo can do. This game coming up this weekend with the Chiefs, very special, Gurus. So what we're going to do is I'm going to spend more time on these games. I just wanted to get them out because you know what? I'm excited about it. This is life, Gurus. Think about it. If you can't get excited about this postseason coming, you got to get excited about something. That's why we do this show. That's why we love what we do, right? That's why we watch Guru, because he's good at what he does. He can help us compete. We get to have passion, love, right? That's what we're here for. They don't give you this on Disney ESPN. These people they're nutcases. I mean, they are caricatures, I call them. Right? They don't impress me. You put me and Stephen A on a desk, now that's news. I'll make the news, trust me. He won't. That'll change everyone's understanding of what the life is really about when it comes to sports. Because he ain't touched it and tasted it like Guru. Not even gonna happen, not even close. So I want to thank you guys for being here. We're going to spend more time on the games for Friday on the playoff. I want to go into that more, Gurus. Very exciting. It's our biggest weekend before the season ends. Meaning, you get down to just the championship game, and then after that, it's Vegas, right? My city takes over. We host the Super Bowl. That's why I started the show as quickly as I could. I got to get as much of that traffic as possible, Gurus. This show's got to keep growing. It's got to get big, and it will. God help me. Let's see what happens. Every day I do my best, Gurus. You have to know that. I know you know that. So I want you to come back tomorrow. And I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to get this done, Gurus, to make sure this show starts at noon. That's when it's supposed to be. We're doing very good for a long time with that. We got to make that standard happen again. That's part of being successful. And I apologize, but you know what? We'll get it done tomorrow. I'm going to talk with Chase and David and make sure this doesn't happen tomorrow. So we'll make sure of that. So come back tomorrow, Gurus, at noon. Right? But keep an alert on your phone. This is a good reason why. If there's a problem with the show, it'll still tell you when we're up. So if it's a little late, okay. We're not a network yet. We're not on a network. So, there might be a technical support. Hell, that happens with very expensive equipment. We see that on big networks. It's going to happen here at times, Gurus, and it did today. And when that happens, if you're getting your indicator that we're on, you're going to catch it later. You'll know we did not do the show. That's what I want to avoid. I want you to watch. We need the viewers, but I want you to watch because that's how we grow. We get better that way. And comment like Mark did. You can send your comments. I'll answer whatever you want me to if I can. So come back tomorrow, Gurus, at noon, but put your light on. We'll get it done. We're going to take care of that. Thank you for being with us today. I will post these round robins on TikTok, Twitter, and for your convenience if you missed the show. And that's probably what you've been doing, some of you anyway. But let's get this audience growing, right? Let's talk some shit here. There's a lot to talk shit about. There's a lot to talk shit about when you're winning, too. And that's what we need to do today. Come back tomorrow at noon, Gurus. I will see you then. Thank you. God bless you. I love you. Have a great day.